Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Phillipsburg Soccer Facility, where we have the 5-1-1 IUP coming to the 0-6-1 California Vulcans. My name is James Anderson, and I will be walking you through this game as it commences here. Looking at our starting lineup, starting with IUP in goal, 0-0, Soraya Leach, number 4, Melody Leva, number 5, Kat Morgan, number 15, Ellie Smith, number 16, Avery Clayton, number 18, Emma Hayes, number 20, Sydney Leach, number 23, Abby Caruso, 31, Taylor Serrano, 35, Lauren Gunzett, and number 36, Paige Fauci. And your starting lineup for the California Vulcans. In net, we have the save percentage leader, 0, Autumn Bishop. Number 2, Caitlin Brickart. Number 3, Christiana Sims. Number 5, Kaylin Thomas. Number 8, Maya Hawkinson. Number 10, Allie Green. Number 12, Maggie Nesco. Number 14, Julia Flynn. Number 15, Isabella DeGlopper. Number 17, Macrina Robb. And number 25, Veronica Warrenick. And those are your lineups as we are about to get on the way here at Phillipsburg Soccer Facility. The Vulcans are looking for their first win of the season. And looks like California is going to start off. And away we go. California in the white with red trim and IUP in black and white letter numbering. And California is on the attacking side. Number 15 bringing it in, that would be Isabella DeGlopper. And a save by Leach. Gives us a goalie kick. Gets it to about the middle of the pitch. Couple headers bouncing around as Morgan is able to settle it down, pass it over to number 23. That's Caruso, where the Vulcans are going to start their next attack here. IUP working the field, center of the pitch, and a little back and forth here in the center. By the looks of it, IUP takes it out of bounds. That was number 35, Lauren Gunset, I believe. And IUP trying to get something started here early in the first half of this game. They are currently 3-1-0 in the conference. And the Vulcans are 0-3-1. Again, they're looking for their first win here today as game 2 of their 3-game homestead this week. What a beautiful October evening we have here at in California. I thought it'd be a little cooler with it being fall, but hey, nice weather. We'll take it, especially for a soccer game like tonight. I want to thank Cal Youth Soccer Club for soccer team coming out and enjoying the game with us this evening. As IUP is still in their defending zone. Number 17, that was Rob trying to track it down, but it eventually does get out of bounds by IUP. So California throwing it in. Goes far side. Well, it's a bit of on the far side. I forgot my binoculars today, so I'm going to do my best trying to track down those numbers for us. And that goes out of bounds past goaltender Autumn Bishop. for a goalie throw in, or a goalie kick. My apologies. Autumn Bishop has a GAA of 142 and a save percentage of .780. So she's been very well on the season. And her counterpart, Soraya Leach, 00 in the IUP goal, has a .6 GAA and a 786 save percentage. So this is going to be a very close matchup, I believe, with these two goalies in net. As Bishop passes it off. Settled in. And to the middle of the pitch. Hawkinson tried to get a header on it, but just missed it. And Leach is able to kick it back again towards the center, where Gunset heads it to California side. Thomas dribbling it in. And Glopper looking for a free kick here. A couple missed headers, and IUP ends up with it. That is the IUP captain, number 15, Ellie Smith, bringing it into the California zone, where she turns it over to California. Ball on the far end of the pitch. Comes up IUP, but it's quickly turned over by California. And that one goes out of bounds. They're saying California touched it, and Clanton throws it in. Decent crowd here for a Wednesday evening game. I know the traffic on I-70 with the roads getting repainted kind of dwindled that a little bit, so we're going to be having some stragglers coming in and hopefully fill these benches up as time progresses. IUP with a throw-in. And it comes up captain side. Brings it into the box, trying to find number 23, Caruso. And it gets taken off her boot and out of bounds. A little over 38 minutes left of the half. Still looking at 0-0. Looks like it's going to be a corner kick for IUP. It's in the California side, so it's a bit harder for me to catch that, but it looks like Clanton kicks it in. And that would be a goalie kick for Bishop. Bishop trying to find number 14, Julia Flynn, but just goes out of bounds. So we have Lauren Gunset thrown in to number 36, Paige Fauci, who passes it off. And number 5, that would be Kat Morgan, taking it into the box. And California comes up with it. Well, back and forth in the center of the pitch ends up on California's favor as it rolls out of bounds. Isabel DeGlopper with the throw-in. Oh no, they're saying she gets a free kick out of this on the California side. And that's Sales and just misses Warnick and bounces off an IUP. And number 3, Christiana Sims, kicks out of bounds for number 36, Paige Fauci, to throw it in. And once again, we have another out of bounds ball. This time, Lauren Gunset throws it in. Finding number 15, Smith, but just a little above her head, and California ends up with that ball. Still in their defensive zone, however. IUP on the attack, trying to find their first goal of the game. Good job by California keeping that ball in play. Once again, that's on the far side. I forgot my binoculars, so I apologize if I mess up the numbers on the far side of the pitch. 23-38. And it goes out of bounds. So California going to throw this one in. Just over the head of California. And a fight for it does take it out of bounds. They are saying IUP touched it last. So it's another throw in for California. IUP able to get it to Bishop, but number 15, Ellie Smith, was a 2-on-1 situation, not in her favor, and ends up being in the hands of the goalie. Leach seeing her starting to see her fair share of action in her box as she throws it. Will pass to Smith. IUP in their defensive zone takes it to half pitch. Now, IUP looking out like they ain't got a rush with Eddie Myers. And Kat Morgan was there as well. Oh, beautiful save by On Bishop there to keep this game nil apiece. She's able to take the ball to half pitch, where IUP ends up with it. Kat Morgan misses her pass. And California briefly had turnover. And here we go. Here is a California rush. But the refs make a call. It might have been offsides. But it is a free kick for IUP. And it looks like Sydney Leach is taking that kick. And IUP is all over it. California gets a little bit of a turnover, but it's still in California's defense zone. And they're calling that a trip. So IUP with another free kick here. That finds Lauren Gunset. Takes it. Gunset to Leva. Leva back over to Gunset. Looks like IUP has something going here. And that just a little past the goalie. And IUP ran out of real estate there, so that goes out of bounds. That's a kick for Bishop now. Passes over. California trying to get out of their defensive zone, but that ball goes out of bounds for IUP throw-in. And it looks like we have Emma Hayes taking that throw. California is still trying to get that ball out of their defensive zone. And again goes out of bounds. Throw in for IUP. And it gets stolen off of Smith. It stays California's ball. Looks like we're going to have another possible corner kick here for IUP. Nope. That's going to be actually a throw-in. Never mind for IUP. As California is desperately trying to get that ball away from the box and make Bishop's job just a little bit easier, but that ball once again goes out of bounds for a goalie kick. Doesn't help that the sun is in Bishop's eyes the way the shade is at this stadium. And missed header gives California another throw-in, this time in IUP's defensive side of the ball pitch. Trying to find the right words here. Never. And the ball makes its way closer to the center. IUP's turnover. And here comes number 20, kicking it halfway to give California the ball. But Smith and Leva are pursuing. Hayes loses a handle on it. And it does go out of bounds. Looks like California might have done something there for IUP free kick. Far by number 4 to 23 to number 15 by the looks of it. I believe that was a Ellie Smith goal. Bring the score 0-0 in favor of IUP. So after that goal, I was just getting some confirmation that was an Ellie Smith goal. Well left net, part of the net. And California with a throw-in for this go around. They want that point back.
Goal scorer number 15, Ellie Smith, and assist number 4, Melody Leva.
And the assist for that Ellie Smith goal goes to Melody Leva. Ellie adding to her team lead total, making it 11 now with 22 points. California still in the offensive zone, but that ball rolls way out of bounds, missing everybody in its sight. So that's going to be an IUP corner kick, and Lauren Gensett is going to take it. Oh, never mind, it's throwing. Smith getting some pressure from number 3, Christiana Sims. And California is able to get a turnover. Not touching that ball as it goes out of bounds. For California. Tried to sneak one in off the corner, but Shiara Leach was just too focused on that ball to let it sneak past her. California stays in control in the attacking zone. But DeGlopper takes that one, kicks that one, and Bishop able to capture it, keep it in play. Vea was pressuring in the box. Sims now to Thomas. Back into IUP's control. Cal still playing defense. Caruso to Smith. Not able to get it. And out of bounds it goes. For IUP throw in. And Emma Hayes is going to take that. Looks like Rivera Sol has joined us, number 22 for IUP. As that ball immediately goes back out of bounds for IUP. Another throw in for Emma Hayes. And a header into Bishop's hands. And out it goes into IUP's control. Gunsett missed it and has to rally back into the defensive zone. Here Robb is juggling that ball, but refs said something happened and IUP ends up with the ball. Reach over to Smith. Back to California's control in their offensive zone. Forgot to mention at the beginning of the game we had a couple number changes for IUP today. Izzy Sawich, usually wearing number 13, is wearing number 19 today. And Hannah Lee Hodling is not wearing 24. She is wearing number 10 for this matchup. IUP still leading the board 1-0 with a minute 19-20 left in the first half. And what a slide trying to get that ball control, but it does end up in California's possession in the offensive side. We're starting to get some sort of rally as number 25, that's Warnick, tries to get something into the net, but ends up short. Ciara Leach doing amazing so far today. Her counterpart, Autumn Bishop, for California is really hasn't been tested too much today. Allowed one goal in, but that was kind of a crash to the net. Yeah. IUP for the throw-in under California's control. And ref is calling for a throw-in and must have just went out of bounds in California's possession. IUP turns it over to California. And number 17, Macrina Robb for California, had control before it went out of bounds. IUP touched it last, so California gets the throw in. Julia Flynn tried to track it down and get it off in time to number 2, Caitlin Brickart. She's able to get it off to Isabel DeGlomber as California starts adding a little bit more pressure to the IUP team in their offensive zone. That ball is high and goes out of bounds for IUP. Julia Flynn in for the throw-in to Warnick. Sims and Flynn were bouncing on that out-of-bounds line, but they were able to keep it in on the near side. California tried to fight it, and the ball bounces into Leach's hands with no one around her to try and capitalize on that ball. Off to the far side we go. IUP having control with a California turnover now. Smith tracking down the ball, trying to get it out of California's possession while they were in the offensive zone, but came up empty on that 2-on-1 rush. Here comes Gunset. Trying to find Smith there. Smith to Morgan. Morgan tried to find someone. Everyone was just a bit too far away before Autumn Bishop could pick up that ball to keep this a 1-0 game. Still a lot of soccer left to be played here at Phillipsburg Soccer Facility. Keep wanting to call it a stadium, but it's a facility. And the Vulcans are playing defense, trying to clear the ball, get out of their defensive zone. IUP, 2 shots on goal, 3 shots total, compared to Cal's 1 shot on goal and 1 shot total. Each team has had 1 corners, but what matters most is IUP 1 goal, 1 assist. The California's none. Like a little slip up happened on the near side there between 2 California players, number 8 and number 25. And another attack by IUP is covered up by Bishop. And that ball clears way past midfield. Warnick was trying for the header, but both of them missed. But California was able to recover that ball. And it looks like we're going to have a call on California's offensive side. For California to have a free kick here. Rob goes for the kick, and Leach is able to stop it and catch it. Looks like the fans are having a great time today at Phillipsburg Stadium. We got bubbles going around the bleachers. It's better than lantern flies, I'll tell you that. Last time I was here on commentary, a lantern fly came up and hit me right in the face. That was a horrifying experience for me, and I'm sure I scared John Sape, who's usually up here with me, but he's down taking photos somewhere. I see him. He's down by the IUP net. Speaking of the IUP net, California able to get the ball into the offensive zone. Hawkinson fighting for it, able to get it off to Green, which is taken out of bounds by IUP. So we have Flynn for a throw-in for California. .55 left in the half. IUP up still 1-0. So California looking to hopefully tie this game up before the half. Throwing to Hawkinson. Over to Sims. And is picked up Manesco. For IUP is able to turn it over in their defensive end. Gunset with the charge. Over to Fauci. To Ray. Smith tried to charge in, but that was taken right off her shoe. Oh, it's called a boot in soccer, but I digress. We'll battle in center pitch. IUP in their offensive side, outside the box, on the far side. Smith with it. Great defense by some of the Vulcan players, able to help out Bishop a little bit. Iron to catch that ball. And a goalie kick. All the way over to IUP's side of the pitch. And looks like Rob came up with it. Nesco turns it over to IUP. Smith to Fauci, to guns it. And before Emily Lati could get anything going there, foul turns into California ball. On Bishop here for the kick. And IUP is able to come up with it as that one goes out of bounds. Nesco is trying to fight for it, but ends up hanging out of bounds instead of keeping it in. And IUP throws it in. Leeds trying to find a target. California, though, touches it last as it rolls out of bounds for another IUP throw-in. California in control. Turns it over to Morgan. To Fauci. And Smith now in control of it. Passes over to Morgan. Back over to Fauci. And Soul tried to get somewhere, but it is blocked and goes out of bounds. And once again, Soul able to find a target, but California fighting to keep it in bounds, and it just goes out of bounds for the third time in a row now. 5:40 left to play in the first half. IUP still leading up. 1-0. California throw in. Able to get past the mid-pitch mark. IUP able to find their targets. 22 and 13 in the back for IUP. Out of bounds for Cal, so it's going to be an IUP throw-in. It looks like Lena Ray is going to take it. Gets inbounds. But surely soon it goes back out of bounds for a California throw-in this time. You can imagine IUP is probably going to be slowing this game down a little bit to get out of the half in the lead. California trying to gain control of it. It does end up going out of bounds. A throw in for IUP on the far side. Sims being part of that battle on that far side, trying to gain control. IUP ends up with a free kick here in their defensive side. And the Vulcans end up with it as they start trying to make their march down IUP's side of the pitch. Right outside the box. And in Soraya Leach's arms. The IUP not letting off the gas a little bit, not giving themselves a breath. Trying to make another attack, but gets turned over. California, number 35, Lexia Walker.
1 minute remaining in the half. 1 minute.
Takes it out of bounds, aiming for Julia Flynn. Less than a minute to go here in the half. 50 seconds. IUP still up 1-0. And that ball goes out of bounds. Off the boot of IUP. California with a throw-in on their offensive side. As IUP is able to take control. Playing a little game of keep away here by the looks of it. And this California team worked for the last 10 seconds of this half.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And with that, that is halftime here at Phillipsburg Soccer Facility. Your score going into halftime, California 0, IUP 1. You're listening to CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Digital Network. We'll see you in the second half, folks.
Students, after the big game and the festivities at the homecoming and community dessert reception, come enjoy theater improv, sports challenges photo booth, face painting, puppetry, giant foam Jenga, and much more. Join us October 18th from 6 to 8 p.m. in the Natali Student Center for games, treats, contests, music, and surprises. All ages invited, and bring your Halloween spirit.
Soccer fans, the season is here and you have 17 chances to see some of the best collegiate teams in the region. The men's soccer team kicks off on September 4th and they feature 8 home contests. The women's team also kicks off on the 4th and entertains 9 opponents at Phillipsburg Soccer Complex. Come out and cheer on both teams as they try to climb the ranks of the PSAC and get back to postseason. Also, make it a point to follow Cal Vulcans for up-to-date news, schedules, game recaps, and much more.
The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference celebrates its 75th season in 2025 to 26, highlighting the many athletic achievements of its membership institutions. The PSAC has won 59 national team titles, 310 individual titles, produced 29 all-time Olympians, and 43 former PSAC players and coaches have been elected to National Halls of Fame. PSAC proud for 75 years and many more to come.
Hi, I'm Gene Steratore, CBS Rules Analyst and longtime sports official. Today, mistreatment of officials has become normalized, and we are facing an abnormal future where no officials to hire means no games on the schedule. And the positive effects of athletic competition are at critical risk for this generation and those to come. Videos showing abusive treatment of officials multiply on social media, and there have been consequences for the dreadful behavior of players, fans, and coaches. Your response in the heat of the moment is the only thing you totally control. Move that desire to lash out to a different place and encourage without rage. Just cheer for your child or the team you're there to support.
And welcome back, soccer fans, to Phillipsburg Soccer Facility, where we are just about 40 seconds away from the start of the second half of this 1-0 soccer game, where IUP at the 17:01 mark, Ellie Smith puts one in the back of the net with the assist of Melody Leva. Wow, I can't talk right now. I don't know why. Melody Leva assist off of a Ellie Smith goal, giving IUP a 1-0 going into halftime. So the Vulcans are looking to hopefully tie this up early and walk away with their first win of the season here. Leading this Vulcans team is two-time Hall of Fame coach Pete Curtis, being inducted in 1998, as well as 2013, I found out earlier today. So that's an interesting little fun fact, part of Pete Curtis's bio you can find on the Vulcan Athletics website, as well as all other updates and current statistics across all of our Vulcan teams here. So a couple of things before we get the second half up and on the way as the Vulcan team makes their way to the field. Shots on goal, IUP with 3 compared to California's 2. Total shots 4-2 in favor of IUP as well. But one thing that interests me here is the fouls. 8 fouls for IUP compared to 4 for California. So California is definitely being a more disciplined team and staying away from the fouls. But sadly, the scoreboard doesn't show that, with California behind 1-0. And IUP is going to start us off in the second half here. As everybody gets settled in for the second half. .45 minutes left of play, and Fauci starts us off. Vulcans now going from left to right as they start their attack early on the far side of the pitch. And all the way into the box before it's able to be shoveled down by, looks like, Sierra Leach. We got a battle in the center of the pitch. Sorry, I was just kind of noticing that we did have a goaltender change. It looks like Kylie Hossinger, the 5'4" junior from Wexford, PA, is actually in net now for IUP. That's what I was getting double confirmation on. So we do have a goaltender change in the second half here for IUP. Instead of Soraya Leach is Kylie Hossinger, number 40. IUP battling in their defensive zone. Morgan driving it up the pitch past center. Or she loses it and goes out of bounds. For a California throw-in. It turns up. IUP. But Falsey unable to take that ball down and keep control of it. Takes out of bounds for California. And once again, I do want to thank California Youth Soccer Team being here. Looks like they are heading out. It is a school night, so I'm sure they have to, get ready for bed for tomorrow. But they were able to do a little halftime game for us and a little scrimmage, and that was fun to watch. Always great to see young being part of a sport that we all care about and love watching. So here we are. Looks to be an IUP throw-in. That's in the far corner, or near side corner of the California net. So it's a little bit hard for me to see over there, as well as the IUP side. But Autumn Bishop able to bring it down, but not in safe territory. Zoe Smith and Taylor Serrano, number 31, are battling to keep the pressure on Bishop. And here comes number 35, Warren Gunsit, to set up in the corner. For a corner kick. And what a beautiful header by California. I think that was number 5. I think that was Kaylin Thomas. Could be wrong, considering it was on the far side, and those numbers are a bit hard for me to see at this distance. But with the sun going down and the field lights coming on, those red numbers are a little easier to see with the white kit. Out of bounds for IUP as they throw it in. Keeping it in their offensive side. Avery Clanton. Tally Smith. Over to Taylor Serrano. Back cross center. And Bishop able to jump and just snatch that one out of the air. Keeping it a 1-0 ball game. Well, soccer game. Ball game would mean we were probably playing baseball, which we're not. So, soccer. A little soccer history for you. In the early 1800s in England, there was actually, they used to call it soccer, and when it came over to America, that's why we call it soccer. But late in the late 1800s, England changed it back over to football, and we just never changed it since we already had American football. So everybody makes fun of us for calling it soccer over here, even though we were just following Britain's lead on that one. IUP throwing pressure on Bishop, but it hits the side of the net and out of bounds. IUP with a corner kick, and by the looks of that, that is Emma Hayes taking this one. She takes it all the way A header in for IUP to go up 2-0. A corner kick from Hayes to Caruso. Brings it up to a 2-0 score for IUP. And at the 52:08 mark, 37:51 left of the second half. And that was Abby Caruso, assisted by Avery Clanton. IUP again adding some pressure, playing offense. Avery Clanton over to Abby Caruso. California able to turn the ball over, going the other way.
Number 23, Abby Caruso, with assist to number 16, Avery Clanton.
But keeps that reach from her teammates for the goalie to kick that one away. California trying to add some sort of pressure. Ellie Smith. California turns it over. And that one goes out of bounds off of an IUP. Taylor Serrano for Kaylin Thomas to throw in. Emma Hayes taking it down the pitch to Kat Morgan. Number 23, Abby Caruso tried to track it down, but came up short. The goalie to kick it, for Bishop to kick it off. California trying to get this ball out of their defensive zone and try and get some offense going here. Refs call for an IUP foul. And Isabella DeGlopper is going to kick this one off. And that one goes off Macrina Robb's head over to Kylie Hossinger, who's able to make the stop. With 10 minutes gone in the second half, IUP's up 2-0. And California with a corner kick on the near side. Sends that one flying off of a header, but little off course, and running out of real estate there was IUP. So that is going to be a kick for the goalie. Kylie Hossinger playing goalie for the second half. At this point, I'm not really sure what was going on there, but we resume play here with 34:30 left on the clock in this game. And that's a free kick for IUP there. Foul by California. So Avery Clanton takes the kick. And California is able to end up with it, but not able to get out of their zone. Pressure being at Ellie Smith to Morgan. Balfour in front of the box. California ends up with it. But Warnick misses, and IUP ends up with the turnover. And they start trying to make a lead, and that ball goes right into the stands on the right side of me. I had to do the little hand thing. I couldn't remember my left from my right there for a second, so that went to the right side of me, right side of the cameras, and into the bleachers. Better in the bleachers than in the woods, especially at this time of the day, where it's starting to get dark out. Stadium lights are the only thing keeping this field lit. And go into those trees would not be pleasant trying to track down a ball. Goalie kick into the center of the pitch. California keeps it. But there's a battle for an IUP. Ends up with it. Avery Clanton to Taylor Serrano. So we'll kick it towards the center. And that finds the middle of the pitch. And off to the far side we go. California's trying to battle for that ball, but it inevitably goes out of bounds off an IUP. So California with the throw-in. And out of bounds yet again. This time off of California, so IUP gets the throw-in. And off that far side without pair of binoculars, it's a bit hard to tell who's all over there doing what in that mismatch of players. Hossinger steps out to kick that one free of danger. But California keeping the pressure on, trying to at least get something on the board going. Some momentum going their way with 31 minutes left of the game. Thomas now tried to find Warnick, but just out of bounds. IUP with the throw-in. Keeping that ball on the far side. Making its way to the center. Sims kicks one long, but just out of the reach of California, where Hossinger is going to kick that one over to Clanton. And Caruso able to keep on her feet. Back over to Clanton on the near side. Here's Smith out to center. And it's taken off of Morgan. Ends up in a dangerous situation. But Bishop's able to track that one down, keep it from making it any further of a lead for IUP than it already is. Even though the sun's gone down for the evening, it's still a very beautiful night out. I don't see a cloud in the sky. It's not too hot out anymore, but it's starting to chill out for it being October 1st. And honestly, I'm excited for when it starts hitting that 65-degree weather. I'm tired of the heat, if I'm being honest. As California and IUP battling for it on the far side, and out of bounds it goes. California with the throw-in. And it starts making its way towards the center, but off of IUP to California. California adding some pressure to this IUP defense, trying to battle for it, but IUP is able to take it halfway with Clinton and Sorano. Makes its way into the box, but a foul has been called. And California gets a kick. Clopper kicking this one away past midpoint. Ends up on the boot of Sims. She takes it, hands it off, and bounces off an IUP to make a California throw-in. California trying to add some pressure, but a foul is called on California. And a quick kick over to Clanton. Ends up in California's possession off of a turnover. But not for long, as IUP trying to just pass it around, get someone in position. And Thomas steals that one away. Smith gets tackled down off of Sims, as Sims gets a yellow card for that. So our first yellow card of the game goes to Christiana Sims, the 5'6" junior from McVeytown, Pennsylvania. UP with the free kick, going right out of bounds, missing everyone. We are 26-20 left in the game, the second half here. IUP leading 2-0. And goalie passes it off, missing its original target on the far side. And out of bounds it goes off of IUP. So California with a quick throw in, immediately going right back out of bounds off of IUP again. We got a quick substitution here. Sims is switching out for number 24, Casey Eaton. And California able to make some sort of work, trying to pass it around, create some sort of opening, and that ball goes long. And out of the box it goes, where Smith is able to track it down and work in the Cal's defensive zone all the way. She's taking it. It's a 3-man rush, and out of bounds it goes. Ellie Smith just couldn't get that ball clean enough to pass it or take a shot off. So, ball goes out of bounds. California was pressuring that attack pretty hard. And here's the goalie's kick. Short kick over. IUP takes it to the far side. Bossing couldn't find a lane, so she passes it off to her left. Once again to the right and into the box it goes, but luckily the defense was there to give Bishop a hand for Cal, but it does go out of bounds. Avery Clanton takes the throw in, and Fauci takes it right back out of bounds, where Kaylin Thomas will be thrown in. She finds 21, Grassi. And that attack ends up dead as it goes out of bounds for a California throw-in. A quick pass. Keeps it on the far side, but it's going into no man's corner. And it looks like it's going to be California bringing this one in. The Klopper with the corner kick. California hoping to make a miracle out of this one, just like IUP did. Cut this lead in half. So the far side, the net and out of bounds. Hossinger, quick kick to her right, and on the far side, IUP takes it into California, where it goes out of bounds for a California throw-in. Again, on that far side, it's a little bit hard to see who exactly is over there doing what without a set of binoculars, at least for my eyes. And here comes Clanton, near side, putting it in. She was on a run until she was tripped up in the box. Clanton was arguing her case for a foul, but ref instead allows it to be a goalie kick off to her right side. And far side that ball goes out of bounds towards the center of the pitch. Now IUP's offensive side. And IUP throws it in. Battle for it on the far side of the pitch. And out it goes. Right by Mr. John Sape, who is taking pictures. Usually up here in the booth, but it's just me here tonight. So hopefully I've been able to keep you entertained and keep you at least somewhat updated on this game as it unfolds in front of us here, as California is able to take it to IUP's defensive side, and it's hit right back over past the line. A couple of headers, and IUP ends up with it. Leyva over to Hayes. Passes it over to Smith. And down to Caruso on the near side, and that one goes out of bounds where Thomas will be throwing it in. The target was number 17, Macrina Robb, but instead it ends up on IUP's side. Pass over to Hossinger. He's in goal for the second half. And IUP not letting off the gas a little bit. Starts to create some sort of attack, but turned over by California. And that's Kalen Thomas going all the way right into Hossinger, who's able to track it down and catch it, to keeping this game at 2-0 in favor of IUP. IUP in control of it around the center of the pitch. Able to drive it down, but just gets rid of it into Hayes' reach. California near side going to the center. And IUP ends up with it. Here comes Clanton. Clanton to Lati. Over to LeVay. And out of bounds. LeVay not able to settle it down and kicks out of bounds for the goalie kick. It's about 17 minutes left in the game. Short pass to the near far side of the pitch. IUP turns it, gets the turnover. And there's another IUP goal. Turn this game to a 3-0, 16:50 mark. 16:50 left in the second half. And that was Emily Lati with the goal. So that's 3 goals with 3 different players. Abby Caruso adding the assist on that goal. She also has a goal herself, so Abby Caruso, one goal, 1 assist in this game.
IUP goal scorer number 33, Emily Lati. Assist number 23, Abby Caruso.
And that is at the 73:09 mark of this matchup with 16 minutes left to go. And getting some confirmation here. There was another shot by Ellie Smith, who has 1 goal array on the day, but Autumn Bishop able to cover that one up. I was just getting some confirmation on that goal, and yes, it was Abby Caruso with the assist. So you can imagine if this game stays the same for the next 14:50, Abby Caruso is in contendership for MVP of the game. IUP not letting off the gas as they are in the attacking zone. California able to get a turnover here, but not able to get it out of their defensive end. IUP on the edge, and California defense giving Bishop some assists there. Kaylin Thomas tried charging out, passing out, and IUP able to take it out of bounds. So the Glopper will be in for a free kick on the near side in California's defensive end. That ball soars over, but couldn't find a California player. So IUP is able to keep it in about center of the pitch. (23-4). Playing a dangerous game there on the near side. Trying to stop that ball from going out of bounds, but it does. So that's Ave thrown in for IUP. IUP staying on the attack. Passing around to the far side. Over Bishop's head, but luckily also over the net, where it hits the top of the net and rolls off the back. So Autumn Bishop's getting ready for the kick. Directing traffic a little bit, telling her defenseman to get out to the field. She plans on kicking this one long. Not out of the defensive area. Ends up in IUP's control by out of bounds. For IUP throw-in, and I think John Sape's going to go retrieve that ball for him. What a nice guy, out there taking pictures and retrieving soccer balls. He's doing it all tonight. Throw in for IUP, and California is able to intercept that. Number 12, Maggie Nesco, getting out of the defensive end, but IUP just trapping it right back up. Bounces off. Melody Levi's feet and ends up out of bounds, where Kaylin Thomas is getting ready for the throw-in. Well, less than 11:30 left to go. IUP up 3-0. And IUP with a throw-in. California once again intercepts that one. Kaylin Thomas doing a remarkable job starting some sort of offense. But Kylie Hossinger able to cover that one up before it went too far. She kicks that one past half pitch and into their IUP's attacking zone. They're able to maintain control on the far side. Playing a dangerous game for Cal in the box, and what a sliding save by Autumn Bishop and a defensive block by Grassi, number 21 out there. And it looks like we have a down player who's just a little slow getting up. Now it's going to be a goalie kick. To center pitch, and IUP is going to recover it. And even though they're up 3-0, they are not letting off the gas on this attack. And Melody Leva just takes that one about a quarter mile over the net. On Bishop with the kick. Melody taking it to the box. And that's a IUP goal. I believe it was Ava Geishauser with the goal number 2. No, I was wrong. It was number 4, Melody Leva, to bring it up 4-0. So she is the 4th goal scorer of this game. 4 points on the board, 4 different goal scorers. As that ball goes right to IUP. Back over to Cal.
Goal number 2, Ava Geishauser.
And a foul is called. And that ball goes out of bounds for a California throw-in. And I'm just getting some clarification here that, yes, that was a shot by Melody Leva, low center for a goal, giving IUP a 4-0 lead here in the second half at the 81:06 mark. A little over 7 minutes left to play, and IUP still going on the attack California able to intercept that, but it goes out of bounds off of an IUP player, number 4, Melody, who just scored the goal, that last goal for a California throw-in. Quick substitutions here. Veronica Warnick is out, and Lexi Walker is subbing in, as well as Addie Krager, Addison Krager, for Macrina Robb. IUP on the attack. Getting right by the net. Blocked by California. Playing on the near side of the pitch. And out of bounds it goes. Hayden Pierce has been subbed out for Nyla Ford at the 83:09 mark as well. About 5 minutes, 30 seconds left to play of the game. IUP up 4-0. And a foul called on IUP for a California kick. DeGloppers set up for the kick. She sends that one towards the Mocs, but IUP is able to track it down. I believe that's number 21. That's Melina Ray. And out of bounds it goes. Off of number 18, Emma Hayes, for Colleen Thomas to throw in. California's throw in. Little trip up there, but California retains it in IUP's defensive zone. So California trying to get a little bit of offense here, trying to save the shutout. And that ball goes over everyone to Hossinger. Time is dwindling down for this California team. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left to go. To tie this game, they'd have to score a goal a minute. Bowen, California's defensive zone, as California comes up with a past the half pitch mark. And is just kind of handed over to IUP. Hossinger kicks that one away, bounces off the head of number 27, Addison Krager. Now bounce for an IUP throw-in to the center of the pitch. Far side. Back to the center. IUP able to kick that one away and keep it out of California's reach. Emily Lati playing the outside of the box. And off the feet of LeVay. California was able to touch it first, so a throw-in for number 21, Melina Ray. A foul is called. One California, so number 18 for IUP, that would be Emma Hayes, is going to be in for the free kick, which is right outside of the box on the near side of the IUP attacking zone. And that one just able to stay out of bounds, but Autumn Bishop just snatches it right out of the air and sets up for her kick. Telling everybody to go. She takes that one out towards center pitch. IUP able to get a hold of it and track it down. Playing on the near side is Melina Ray. Couldn't get her name out. California trying to clear it, but just couldn't. It's not right away. The attack still continuing for IUP as they fight along the near side. IUP still has control of it.
1 minute left to play. 1 minute.
A minute left in the second half. Minute left of the game. At this point in time, if the score stands, that would bring the Vulcan's record to 0-7-1 with a conference of 0-4-1, and IUP to a 6-1-1 with a conference record of 4-1-0. And Vulcans kicked that one out of bounds with 25 seconds left to play. IUP throws it in, and California able to intercept that. Battle on the near side going to center. California's defensive zone.
9,
10 seconds
8,
left to play.
7, 6, 5,
And that ball goes
3,
out of bounds.
1.
And that's going to do it here, folks.
Final score of tonight's contest, IUP 4.
Your final score for this conference matchup, IUP 4, California 0. Next game is October 4th right here at Phillipsburg Stadium. I'm James Anderson. For everyone here on the CUTV crew, good night, everybody. You've been watching CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Digital Network.